Hey everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today, we're gonna plan my workouts. Let me tell you where I've been at. At the beginning of this year, I joined a gym in my neighborhood. I wanted to get out of my apartment more. I wanted to play with some equipment I didn't have access to, and I've been really enjoying it. I got really consistent going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week, following a strength program that I wrote for myself, just getting like super consistent in specific movement patterns. So I started changing up my programming about 12 weeks into following that program, because that's what you do. And I was like, you know what? I really want to get into like kettlebell athletics. And I started following a kettlebell program, and I just kind of pushed myself a little too hard, I think. I'm pretty sure this is when I sustained my shoulder injury. And so I've just been kind of nursing that back to health, taking it easy. I've still been going to the gym to keep that habit, but I have not been doing anything progressive. Now, last week at the gym, I was feeling really good. So I was like, let me play with my shoulder, see what ranges of motion, what movement patterns feel okay on it. And I was actually having no pain. So I was like, you know what? This is a good time to get back into a structured program. And so today, you're gonna help me write it. And by help me, I mean you're gonna sit here and watch, and I'm gonna explain why. So let's do that. Let's first talk about my split. I really wanna push myself for this next month to do a 4-day split. I'm gonna explain a little bit more about why I'm doing that later in the video, so just like, stay tuned. So my split is gonna be a lower body pull, an upper body, a power day, and then a lower body push. So let's write these workouts, and then we're gonna take the first workout of the week to the gym. So lower body pull, this is gonna be like hamstrings, glutes. So I'm thinking deadlifts, some kind of single leg exercise, isometrics, all of that good stuff. So we're always gonna start with my big compound lift, and that's going to be a deadlift. I was working on trap bar deadlifts for those 12 weeks of programming. I would love to get back to it. If I'm being honest, there's 2 platforms for it at my gym, and they're pretty much always taken, even though I go in like the most off hours. I like can do it on the turf. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, this is so much to set up. So a lot of times I end up just grabbing kettlebells and just going a little bit lighter than I could with the trap bar. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. I'm not working for max strength. I still feel really great glute and hamstring activation. So I'm not super concerned about it. Okay, so after I do my big compound lift, I like to work in supersets for the most part, unless I'm at a machine. It's a better use of my time. It gets me in and out a little bit faster, and it keeps me from getting bored. So I wanna put a single leg exercise here, since I've done my bilateral compound lift. And I know on my push day, we're gonna do squats. We're gonna do like a front foot elevated reverse lunge. So let's do Bulgarian split squats. I was really getting up in weight on those. And then I can go right into let's then go into a Copenhagen plank. So Bulgarian split squat, yes, it's a squat. Yes, it is a knee dominant exercise, but you can bias the glutes a little bit more and make it focus more on that posterior chain, which are more of your pulling muscles. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do a Copenhagen plank to get more of the inner thigh. And then we get some obliques and, you know, basic core in there too. Then I'm gonna finish it out with these lateral jumps. I think that's gonna be good. I wanna jump and do my lower body push. Basically, I'm gonna look at my first lower body day, and now I'm gonna fill in the blanks of what am I missing. So I definitely want to do a squat. I'm gonna do a kettlebell front squat. Then we're going to do a front foot elevated reverse lunge. Let's go into a lateral bear crawl. Oops, that should be 2B, 2A. And then I wanna go upstairs and do the leg press. Amazing. So looking side to side with these, I've got my bilateral big compound movement, deadlift, squat. Great. Side to side with these again. We've got a glute focused Bulgarian split squat, weights held low. We have a front foot elevated reverse lunge to bias the quad goblet position. We've got a Copenhagen side plank, and we've got a lateral bear crawl. This is going to target more of the inner thighs. This is going to target a lot of quad. So I'm kind of burning out the quad here, burning out the inner thigh here. Then I've got, this is actually more of like a corrective drill for me. It really helps with me gripping the floor. It was given to me by my physical therapist. And then I've just been really into sitting at a machine and pressing my legs out and in. So we're going to do that on this push day. All right, upper body. I'm gonna structure this a little different. This is also kind of all depending on how my shoulder feels, but I really like to start with a seated row. I think it gets everything fired. I do it at the cable machine, so I also need to use a lot of core. Then let's go over to a bench, and we're gonna bring back some chest pressing. To keep it simple with our weight transitions, we're gonna do, I haven't done anything unilateral yet. Let's do a single arm bent over row. And then I want to get in some like accessory work, just really like figuring out what my shoulder is capable of. So we did a horizontal pull. We did a horizontal press. We did another horizontal pull. I don't really think I'm capable of a vertical pull quite yet. I might test a lat pull down, like a really light one in other weeks, but I'm not quite ready to push that yet. It's not really worth it for me. Let's do some bicep curls. We never do those. Vary it up. Because then I can do some lateral raises and use the same weight. For this first week, I want to get like a firm place of where my starting point is. So my starting point is, most importantly, where does my shoulder feel safe? Then from there, where do I feel like I'm working at that like 7-8 intensity? And then I'm going to solidify my reps and my sets from there. And then I can go up in my reps. I can go up in my sets. I can go up in my weights over the next month. But I think this is a really nice starting point. As I am putting this into my notes so I have access to it at the gym, you're probably like, hey, what happened to that power day you talked about? So I'm gonna use that power day for a few things that I've been wanting to work on. Kettlebell skill, some med ball stuff, and some sprinting. That's gonna be it. I wanna give myself the freedom week to week to, one, see how my shoulder's feeling, but two, play with stuff that I'm just excited about. So that's just gonna be my play day. That will also be the day during the week that if I need to cut a day, that's gonna go. So I have a little bit of work to do. I have another client. I gotta edit something. Later in the day, we're gonna walk to the gym and I'll tell you a little bit about why I am doing a 4-day split for the next month. So I'll see you in a bit.
I only came over 'cause all my friends said I should get out more. Smile and nod at all of the small talk, but keep looking for the door. Then cut to you, cross the room in your vintage Levi's. What do I do with this view? Wait, hold up, is this a meet cute? Oh my god, like Rachel McAdams in the Notebook, 'cause I keep on staring and the whole world stops. Theme song is playing, just a Friday night, but it feels like the start of the rest of my life.
So you could probably see that I did not get a hold of a trap bar today. I actually wasn't sure if the platforms were taken or if someone had just left their shit there. Quite annoying. But I grabbed the 100-pound kettlebell, 4 sets of 10, felt really good. Then I went into my Bulgarians. I accidentally, just out of habit, grabbed 25s, and that's what I had been using when I stopped doing them months ago. So I just kind of committed to it. I ended up doing 3 sets of 8 on each side. The Copenhagen planks were brutal. Again, haven't done those in a hot minute. Definitely one of those, you like get up into it and you're like, ooh, my groin. And then I don't know if you could see it in the video. There was a bro who I was in between my sets of my Bulgarians, and he set up like where I was standing. Like I was sitting on the bench, and then he put his mat directly in front of me. And I was like, oh, I'm using that space. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I'm sitting and taking a rest. And literally like the whole floor was open. So then he sat up like right in front of me. I was just like flexing the whole time and like picking up his shirt and like kept looking at me. And I was like, great, we're gonna finish this and we're gonna just go upstairs and we're gonna do some hamstring curls on a machine and burn out my little hammies. And I actually like that a lot better than what I had planned. So moral of the story, don't get too attached to what you have, especially if you're in a public space, because it might not be open or you might have a creep next to you. But it was a happy accident because I actually really liked burning out my hamstrings. I was walking back up the stairs and I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So that's pretty much going to be my lower body pull for the next month, because starting December 1st, I will be doing Vlogmas again, where I will be doing workouts that are not my own for an entire month, every single day. So you're going to have to come back and figure out what that means.
I literally never explained why I wanted to do a 4-day split. Anyway, I just wanted to do a challenge for myself because I'm not going to be doing my own workouts next month. So I understand that 4 days for me long term is not sustainable, but for 4 weeks, it absolutely is. So that's the reason. Great. There's a Vlogmas announcement coming.
Let me know if you have any questions about programming. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.